Okay, so when you're scouting a base, what you want to look for is the easiest possible route to get to loot. So right there you can see some triangles, right? But what I see is triangle, square. So I'm going to enter through the square because the less triangles you have to go through, the squares are more direct. And you can also tell by which way walls are facing. I'm here scouting out the doorways and how I'm thinking it will lead to that ladder hatch and where the loot is. And you want to always remember that doors people make them so you have to go through more doors than actual walls. So after reviewing this base, I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to raid it using my scouting skills. Okay, so following the same pattern as before, I know it will take 4 C4 to get. So I'm looking at that wall right there. That's the square. The rest are triangles. And that wall is not double walled like the other ones, so I know to go straight for that one.
So I have to lower the volume of the C4 or completely turn it off because it was creating this nasty sound, like a breaking. It was just it wasn't like the usual sound of C4. It was I don't know. My audio is a bit messed up, so it's gonna be quiet. But just imagine the blow up.
Alright, so there you go. I took the less amount of resources to get into this base. Now the next thing you gotta know when raiding is what do you do once you're in the base? Once you've scouted it and seen the way to get in without having to use the most materials, like the least material wasted way in. So after you've done that, now you have to know what to do when you're inside the base.
Alright, so you're in the base. Now what you gotta do is look at walls. Alright? So these are sheet metal. And they're turned facing, like, they're turned the hard side. They're not soft side. So that must mean there's something important in there. So I start looking. I start looking for chests, for anything. Looking for me, I spot chest on this one. I see kind of like a shelf and chest. But it wasn't a shelf, it was a ladder. But I start seeing chests, so I'm like, it's interesting. So just use walls to your advantage. Once you're inside the base, take your time, look around, and like know where your next move is gonna be. Walls are a big hint. If they're facing you, there's probably something good on the other side. It might just be honeycomb, but you just gotta, make an educated guess. Alright, so I decided to go with this wall because I did see some chests in there, and I'm gonna blow into it, and actually this is gonna get me access to roofs as well, so it's something you gotta keep in mind. So I go in there and I find the loot. I'm like, hallelujah. Now there's more loot in the back, but I had to break the chests and all that. Now after I broke all those chests, did my scouting, did my raid, I can enjoy all my loot that I want, all the loot I got from this raid. I didn't decide to continue with this raid because I couldn't find any more chests as I looked through the sheet metal crack. So I'm thinking he was probably in his airlock, logged off with some important stuff, but I didn't really want to go to the airlock and risk it and all that. Because I was trying to profit a little bit from this raid, and I kind of just got PvP gear and one good time. So I hope these tips help you out, and I'll be putting out more tips later to help you guys out with more. And actually with the new rating system, it's actually a bit easier. I'll have to put a video out on that, how easy it is to